Hey there, I am on here today to do not a purse video, not a bracelet video, but to talk about dental hygiene. I have been hit with requests to come on and just what dental hygiene tips and advice I can give. And I have so much information that I decided to do this video first, which is just you deciding that you might want to be a dental hygienist up to being ready to apply to a dental program. Maybe that will open the door for more questions because there's just so much, right? I don't want to go down a rabbit hole on one whole topic, which I could do in dentistry. By the way, I am Lisa. I am Luna Lux AZ, and I legit love beauty and luxury items. I have a little dog here. It's Lulu. She wants to know who I'm talking to. So this is one of my Yorkies. Let me know any comments and questions that you may have. That would be wonderful. Okay guys, before I get any further with this video, because I feel like I get so serious when it comes to dental stuff. My name is Lisa. I usually do videos on luxury goods. I love luxury goods. I love purses and jewelry and all the fun stuff. I am a dental hygienist. I've been in the dental hygiene field for 30 plus years, and I am a licensed esthetician. I love doing videos on things that will help estheticians, help dental hygienists, and then just fun stuff like purses and luxury. If that's something that you're interested in, then please subscribe and like this video. You have decided, obviously you heard about a dental hygienist from somebody or someone, whether it's your dental hygienist who cleans your teeth or a friend of yours who is one. I really would advise you to go and spend a day, if you spend a day or two or even a week, like chairside with the dental hygienist, just watching and observing to make sure that it's really something that you could get into. Because I have had the opportunity of having students who get accepted into a very limited amount of seats in a program and find out that there's blood involved and they just leave. And the problem with that, they've already been accepted in, their tuition has already been kind of processed. They've taken the place of somebody who really was hardworking and probably was right next on the list and wanted to get in. And so because of that, it's really hard to fill a blank spot like that. Sometimes they do. I think the schools have mastered, hopefully, getting someone in. My experience, that person left and they couldn't get that next person in. So before you go and you start your pathway into becoming a dental hygienist, make sure that it's something that you really, really could love. Make sure that you understand a generalization of what is being done before you even go any further. Number two, you've gone in and you've decided that dental hygiene is something that you really think you love. So now what you're going to do is you're going to find a dental hygiene program, a school that you've heard is wonderful. And when you decide on your school, I advise you to follow that school's curriculum as to what they need for you to apply. And it's going to be a set of classes that are going to be heavy in sciences. You're going to need to make sure that you find out at your college level what you're at in your sciences and your math. If you've been a great student all of your life, and you've already have a degree and you covered all those science classes that are needed to get in, then wonderful. But if you are literally like I was, a single mom, and I did not really know if I could do it. I had not finished high school all the way. I almost did, but I didn't. I didn't have a lot of a bearing as to like my math skills, my science skills. I knew my reading and English things, composition were great. But when it came to math and sciences, I had to go and take class testing to find out where I was in mathematics and then take a class that was going to bring me up to par so that I could get into the class that was needed in order to get into and apply to hygiene school. So I had to take a class to get into a class to get in there, kind of find out where you are on that scale, what you need to do to get up to par so that you can start taking your classes that are needed so that you can apply to your hygiene program. Before hygiene school, you're just going to want to be super organized with your time. I figured out who I was by the time I had gotten through my first maybe 2 semesters of prerequisites. For those of you who don't even know what a prerequisite is a class that is needed in order to apply to a program. It doesn't mean you're getting accepted. It just means that you've met their qualifications for applying. If they tell you you need 8 specific classes, and you've only taken 7 and you apply, they're going to reject you because you didn't turn in a completed application. You want to make sure that if there's 8 classes that are needed, you do those 8 classes. You're going to want to keep a good rapport with someone in admission, get to know the school really well so that if there's any inside information, you can be privy to that. keep a good connection with a couple of key people at the school, and you want to make sure that you kind of check in with people. I knew the school that I wanted to go to. I took the prerequisites at the school that I applied to, and that helps a lot. Make sure that you decide ahead of time if you're going to be working while you go to school, or if you're going to be if for whatever reason you don't have to work, then maybe you've got student loans, or you've got Pell Grants, you've got grants money that you get that you don't have to pay back. Try to always get the money that you don't have to pay back. I would definitely say work while you go to school if you can for a while, until you just really can't. Whatever the case may be, you want to make sure that you are definitely ready and have a plan etched out. Find out if your dental hygiene school offers an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. If you're going to decide between, let's say you live in a city and you have two schools you can go to. One is a community college and one is a 4-year university, and they both have dental hygiene. So I'm in Arizona. So in Arizona, you can go to NAU, which is a 4-year university, and it's going to give you a bachelor's in dental hygiene, and then you can get an associate's degree at one of the community colleges here, and you will have two options, right? I'm going to let you know right now that both of those options, when you graduate and pass all the same boards, take all the same tests to get your licensure complete for Arizona, you are not going to get paid any more to have a bachelor's versus an associate's. I've been in dentistry 30 plus years, and I've yet to find a person who makes more money because they have a bachelor's degree than if they have associates. As a matter of fact, I usually meet people who make more money with associates than the bachelor's degree. So take your time to figure out what you're going to do. It's really up to you. Only you know what's best for you and your needs. But the other thing I want to bring up to you is there's going to be possibly a moment where you have your bachelor's degree school, the university, the community colleges, and you're going to have another third party here. This is a for-profit school. And the for-profit school is something that I'm not against. But if you have to choose between a community college and a for-profit school, I'm going to tell you to pick a community college. A community college is less money than these schools here. And many times people will pick the for-profit because they don't have the grades for their prerequisites that are as high as somebody would need to compete on this level. So they pay more money and they can get accepted in a lot faster to the hygiene program. And you might think, well, shoot, if I can get accepted in faster, that just means I'm making money quicker, and why not pay the extra amount? But I'm going to tell you right now, tuition rates for a community college versus a for-profit. The for-profit's going to run you about $90,000 after all is said and done for your education, where a community college is about $25,000. So pay attention to that. And when it comes down to the for-profit schools, and if you did go to a for-profit school, I am not trying to be offensive. I think my view is more, you guys pay so much money, and I feel like sometimes you don't get the education that you are paying for. So I'm behind you as a student. I don't want to act like your education was horrible and maybe you're a bad clinician. No, I just want to make sure that for the newbies, the people that are coming into the dental field, that they understand they may find these for-profit schools and they're great at sales and they will convince you that they are worth it. But I'm going to tell you right now that that money is money you have to borrow. That can add up with interest to a lot of money. Just keep that in mind. I want to make sure I let you know that information and be aware of something that might save you thousands of dollars and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The next thing that I want to go into is making sure that you are ready for a strict curriculum. So if you are going into dental hygiene and you think that it's going to be really easy and really simple and you're just cleaning stuff off teeth, it's strict. The instructors are strict. The schooling is hard, it's grueling. It's usually done in one of two methods. The schooling is either in full semesters, like September to December, and you have like 2 years of that in some community colleges. And then in my school, it was an accelerated class. Our program was about 18 months in full, and we had no breaks, traditional breaks like summer and vacation time for the holidays, but they just kept us running. I said a lot of prayers and I cried a lot of tears, and I got a lot of mental support from a lot of family members. That was really helpful, but just be ready for accelerated learning versus traditional semesters. Accelerated learning is harder because you're learning all of that information condensed into a small amount of time. Not only that, no matter what school you go to, the instructors don't joke around. They're not messing around. Like an example would be in traditional school, let's say just pick a community college, or even at like a 4-year university. If you get a D in English, a D is a passing grade. In theory, if somebody said you have to take an English class and you need to pass it in order to graduate, you could get a D or a C and you've passed. In dental hygiene, they raise that bar. In the program itself, if you get what we would think is a D, you are failed and you get kicked out. So you have to really level it up at the quality of your learning and your self-discipline in order to continue in that school program and stay writing through. You have to actually get B's in order to stay in the class. The whole game changes once you get into hygiene school. Okay, well, I hope that some of that information was helpful for you. Please give me any comments. Like, the more I talk, the more I think of other things that would be helpful. Those are like the beginning bits of information for you. If you're interested in hygiene, those are just some of the things that you can kind of look forward to, is the type of schools that you have choices of, the type of loans and the costs, the difference between the 2 degrees, a third school, and then just the time management and the type of education you're going to need to be preparing yourself for. You have to really be willing to have like straight A's, level up who you are, level up your logical thinking. Don't fall victim to going and partying and having fun and spending your money out and going on vacations. I would recommend, once you get ready for hygiene school, just nose to the grindstone, get into those books, learn what you can, just immerse yourself into dentistry. The more, the better it will serve you. And I was the kind of student that I didn't go anywhere. I mean, I couldn't afford, I have like luxury items now. I couldn't afford anything. Let me tell you, I was a single mom. I had been pregnant at 14, got married at 15. My poor son had to endure so much, and schooling was the one thing that I didn't do it just really for me. I did it for him. And that's probably why I made it through, is because I had a reason and a why. And so, find your why and stick to it. Even when you lose your vision, keep on the road. Dental hygiene will serve you well. And once you have that seat in the community, it's an esteemed seat. It's something you should be proud of. It's really all about your perspective, how you see things and how you end up. It's always about your perspective. I think you can do it. I know you can do it. If somebody who is a 14-year-old who got pregnant, and if I can do it, you can do it. I promise. And if you do this, you're going to have a position in a field that you will love forever. It will feed you, it will clothe you, it will put you around tons of amazing people. It's a great job and a great field, and I wish you luck and I hope you succeed. And if you have questions, put them down at the bottom. I will make another video that will hopefully help, again, for dental hygiene students. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you could, and I will have another one coming out for you. But next time it's probably going to be about a purse. Thank you guys.